Good morning. We are flying during the pandemic. This will be the first time we've flown in 5 months, and it's going to be completely different. So I'm going to try to record as much as I can to see what the airport's like. There's certain areas they don't let you record. We're also going to try something different. When we park, we usually do the cheaper parking lot that's off-site, and then you take a shuttle. But you know, you have to sit in that shuttle bus with other people, and you have to deal with that driver. And so to social distance, we're going to the airport actually has a long-term parking lot that's right across from the baggage claim, but it's twice the cost. What did you say?
It's short-term.
Short-term parking, and we're only going to be gone for a couple days. And so, but it's twice the cost. Like, we'll normally pay $40 to park. If we park here, we're paying $90. We're gonna give it a try because you have less interaction with people, and it's raining. It's raining, and so I'm a little anxious just because, like, I don't like change, and so we've never used this parking lot before. And of course, I'm feeling a little anxious because flying during the pandemic, I don't know what the airport's gonna be like. I've got my face covering, I've got some actual medical masks in the bag, and we're flying Southwest. Our boarding group is A20, which we're never that early. We're usually like if you know anything about Southwest, they assign you A's, B's, and C's. And it's like A1 through 60, B1 through 60, and we're usually like A55. So to be A20 right off the bat, that tells me that it's not going to be a full flight, which is good. I don't want it to be a full flight. We are doing this business trip because it couldn't be canceled. Southwest did not cancel. If you know anything about Southwest, if they don't cancel the flight, it's next to impossible to get a refund. And so the world is slowly opening back up, so we decided to stick with this trip. We're going to do our best to social distance, and I'll show you what is it like to travel and fly during the pandemic. All right, this is the parking lot that's like 100 feet away from the airport. It is completely empty. It's usually we can't get in because it's just busy. We've never tried because we always hear it's full, but as you can see, it's pretty empty. We're on the first level.
So nobody's allowed to go.
Okay, so we're at the airport now. Parking was easy, but the TSA pre-check, they no longer have the normal TSA pre-check line. Usually in St. Louis, you have a whole separate entrance, a separate gate. It's very nice. But they closed that down, and they're putting all the TS with everyone else. You have to go through the same line. I mean, of course there was no one line, but it was a pain because I usually don't have to take my laptop out of my bag, and so I had to take my laptop out of my bag for whatever reason. They didn't really look at it, so I'm still always confused on that issue. And then I have a Nintendo Switch I brought with me, and I did take that out of the bag, and that alarmed them, and so they had to take that out and open it up. And I'm just not used to that because when I do TSA pre-check, they don't care. And I mentioned that to the lady. I said, I normally don't have to do this, and she just was like, well, because of the state of the world. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you traveling to Denver this morning, just wanted to let you know it's now a requirement of Southwest that all of you have on a face mask as you board the aircraft. If you do not have a face mask, we have them here for you at the podium. Please see me here at the podium if you're in need of a face mask. Once again, you're now required to have a face mask as you board the aircraft here at Southwest. If you do not have one, please see me here at the podium. We'll be more than happy to give you one here.
Okay, hopefully you could hear that. The stewardess, are they still called stewardesses? Flight attendants. So we're here early, and the flight before us is going to Denver. There's about, what do you say, 20 people? 20 people.
Yeah, about 20.
They look like college age, and half of them are not wearing masks. And so the flight attendant is reminding everyone they need to wear masks. We have our masks, but it's hard to breathe through these masks when you wear them constantly.
Maybe the equipment in the regular section is different than the equipment through the TSA pre-check.
Yeah. You're talking about the laptops. Robert's back on the lap. I'm not complaining. Like, they want me to take my laptop out. That's fine. I'm just telling you the differences. Normally don't have to take my laptop out. It threw me off. You know what? I'll do whatever the TSA says. They just need to tell me. They're staring at me saying, doesn't help anything. But, I mean, they were nice enough. I guess. I just felt like they should have just
Yeah,
explained it a little better.
We're used to just putting our bags, with
Yes.
whatever we want in the bag, and just walking through.
Yeah.
Not today.
I know. TSA pre-check, it spoils us, so not a good change. But it's, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because, like I said, this airport is not busy. There's still people here.
Yeah.
More people than I expected,
Yeah.
but not a lot. Not a lot. And this is just the Denver people. We're not going to Denver. So it'll be interesting to see the Florida people. We're 2 hours early. It used to be 3 hours early, so my husband insisted only being 2 hours early from now on. So we're still 2 hours early.
And that saves a lot of time, the close parking.
Oh yeah, that parking. Oh my God, we are gonna pay double from now on.
Yes.
That parking was awesome.
It saves 15 minutes to longer.
Yeah, and not having to worry about waiting for a shuttle bus, tipping the driver, them dropping the suitcases off, everyone rushing off the shuttle bus. It's a lot easier. And then the flight attendant did remind everyone to get your own drinks because there's no longer a drink service. So I think we will go down to the interesting. There's a lot of flight attendants boarding that flight, I guess.
There are.
A lot of
Nobody had any masks on. I guess they put them on when they get in.
a lot of Southwest personnel flying on that Denver flight. So anyway, a lot of people wearing masks. Not everyone's wearing masks. But I was just telling Robert, you only have to wear it when you're 6 feet in front of someone, right? And then
I don't know what I need to.
and then kids, apparently if you're 6 and under, you don't have to wear a mask. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, we're normally not around this many people, so
I know,
this
this
is the
is
first
strange.
time in 3 months we've been around this many people. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna go get a drink and a snack and then sit here for 2 hours and people watch. All right, when I went to get snacks, the Dallas flight started boarding, so this is what Robert was telling me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Southwest Airlines is doing
Whenever I try to
all rows for flight 1334, non-stop service to Denver, gate E6.
Hold on.
If you're traveling to Denver this morning, please proceed to gate E6 for boarding. Once again, we boarded all customers for flight 1334, non-stop service to Denver, gate E6. If you're traveling to Denver, please proceed to gate E6 for boarding.
I think they had 2 people that haven't boarded yet. So anyway, I would say there was 40 people on that flight. 9 out of 10 people were wearing masks. I saw 3 people that weren't wearing masks, and then a couple guys put their mask on but didn't cover their nose, which is pointless, but that's fine. And so Robert was saying, the flight attendant called like 1 through 10. You weren't supposed to stand up till she called 1 through 10, but people were still milling about. And then, what were you saying? The stewardess said there's 150 free seats, and so spread out in the plane, and the stewardess inside, flight attendant, the flight attendant inside will help them spread out. So we'll see what our flight is like, how busy. There's no one else here for our flight. We're just way early. And
That's what we do.
so anyway, so if you've ever been to Southwest Terminal, there's like a whole bunch of restaurants, and then there is several like newsstands, and they're all closed. Only one newsstand is open, so I had to walk a little bit to get to the one open newsstand. And they had those employees were wearing masks, and where you pay, the counter had the protective plexiglass. They were selling face masks at the counter, but I don't know what the price was. I didn't ask. I don't need one because the price sticker, whatever the price was inked off. So I'm assuming they had to lower whatever they were outrageously charging for. Anyway, I should have asked, but I didn't because, like I said, we don't need face masks. And so yeah, all these businesses are closed, but this is a morning flight. I don't know if this is normal, but I kind of feel like it is because we've actually we've sat at the pasta house at 8 in the morning, haven't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, they are normally open at 8 in the morning. So
The pretzel place isn't open.
the pretzel place is not open, so nothing is open except for the one newsstand. I mean, honestly, it's a pandemic. We've flown Southwest so many times, and it has always been a full flight. So the fact that this Dallas flight has
Dallas.
Denver, I'm sorry. This flight is Denver. The fact that this Denver flight has over 100 empty seats. It boggles my mind. I'm not for sure what Orlando is going to be like, but I'll tell you in 2 hours. So yeah, we're flying to Orlando, if I didn't already say that. And it is raining out, but they will still take off in the rain. Not a problem.
Positions A16 through A26. Come on up for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That jumped ahead pretty quick.
Please maintain social distancing, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, that was weird. You know, we were in front of all these people and they just like pushed their way ahead of time. So,
Well, they're very more important than we are, so,
it was very weird.
very, very important people. You must push your way on board.
Technically, there should have only been 4 people in front of us and there were like 10.
Yep.
So weird.
Good morning.
So vote any side?
Any open seat, ma'am? It's like for the first 2 rows.
Sure.
There.
Alright, I'm just gonna say that was like the worst boarding process. It should have been easy. We were like in the first 10, they're calling me by groups of 10. But everyone just like rushed her. And it just was weird. Like we should have been like the 4th person on. And we were like the last in the group of 10 because everyone just rushed her. That just, what should have been an easy, streamlined process was the worst. No common courtesy in this group. Alright, we just landed. This is the gates that we usually
Southwest Airlines is currently
Oh, and there we go.
flight 1580 with service to Chicago. If you're ticketed
Whenever I
and
wanna
confirmed on
talk.
this flight, please make your way towards the door 127 at this time. Once again, we are currently boarding flight 1580 with service into Chicago at the door mark 127.
Alright, so it's noon. This place is usually crowded, crazy crowded. So the flight was very uneventful. It was half full. Everyone did a really good job about spacing themselves out. Like no one sat, we made sure there was a row in between us and the people that were in front of us, and then no one sat behind us or right next to us. And I think actually the stewardess did that, or the flight attendant like put the, what's it called? The tray down. The tray down. Once we sat down, she put the tray opposite us down so no one would sit down. But it wasn't really an issue because there was plenty of seating, least crowded flight. So besides the boarding was very unclear, other than that, it was a pretty easy flight and everyone was wearing masks on the flight. And they left it on. Like the people that I could see in my vision, which was only like 4, they all left their masks on the entire time. Which I did, but it's very hard to breathe. Like I kept pulling it away from my face to get some air. The face masks.
Yeah, I wore it the whole time.
I know, I
Also
was-
with my sunglasses.
I really kept making sure he fell asleep. I kept making sure he was breathing because I really felt
Yeah.
like he was gonna suffocate himself or give himself carbon monoxide poisoning. Anyway, flying was not that bad, and we are here in Florida. The SeaWorld and Disney gift shops are closed. I figured they were going to be, but I didn't know. So when we got on the shuttle, monorail, whatever you want to call it, there was an announcement by the mayor said, since you're traveling for essential business, family, or medical reasons, please stay safe. I just thought it was an interesting announcement. All right, one last thing about flying. All the escalators are shut down, so we have to take elevators to get everywhere. I don't understand why all the escalators are shut down at everywhere in the airport and the parking garage. All right, we're back in the car. We got the rental car. Or not back in the car, I'm sorry. We got the rental car. It's kind of ironic. I thought that getting the rental car was the hardest part of this trip. The flying was easy. We didn't even have to wait for our luggage. As soon as we reached the turnstile, baggage claim, it was there. So we usually, and I've talked about it before, we do budget fast break because we travel a lot. And so for fast break, they have a kiosk in the parking garage, and they have your name and a little pamphlet already ready to go. You just grab your name. You don't have to wait in line. And so we get to where the kiosk is, and if you in the Orlando airport, you have to there's a regular budget rental car within the terminal, and then you gotta cross the road to get to where the cars are parked, and that's where the fast break is. And so we walked all the way to the fast break, and there's a sign there that says this fast break is closed since April 20th, 2020, and to please go to the regular budget counter. And it's I wish they would have sent us an email and told us ahead of time, because it was just a lot of extra walking, and it really irritated us. So usually it takes us, I feel like they could have sent us an email and let us know, heads up, that especially since it's been closed since April and it's over a month later. Anyway, so it took the longest to get the rental car. It took 25 minutes to get the rental car when it usually takes us 5 minutes. And so Budget might have lost their business. It wasn't because of health precautions, because Avis kiosk is right next to Budget, and it was working. And so next trip we're going to give Avis a chance. I think it was just short staffed. I just feel like they didn't want to, or they don't have enough employees, or they let employees go. I don't know. They don't have enough business to warrant someone standing at the kiosk, which is fine. I understand that, but they should have sent us an email. They can send us an email. This is how much you owe. You can send us an email. Just the heads up, the kiosk is no longer open. So that's the only thing that went wrong with this trip.
The problem I have is they could have used the fast break.
Yeah.
They could have said such and such space is for you, instead of having us wait with everybody who could pick up the right vehicle they wanted.
If you've ever got a rental car and you waited in a normal line, you're always stuck behind someone who's never rented a car before, and they debate, because when you're in Florida, do you want to get the easy toll, or do you want to get the $7 for this or the $7 for that?
Or you want to prepay fuel,
and
you want to get the extra insurance.
And then the people in front of you never know. And a 5-minute process turned into 25 minutes. So that was the only problem. It's vacation.
I will voice
First
my
travel.
concerns after the trip to their management,
Yeah.
but they will not care like they never care any other time. So
It's actually, I keep saying vacation, but it's not vacation. I'm used to coming to Florida for vacation. This is a business trip. But we are going to enjoy ourselves off hours. But it is technically a business trip. It's just, when I think of Florida, I think of Disney, which Disney's closed.
You always say anytime we go out of town, it's a vacation even.
It is, even though it's business.
Yeah.
Conventions.
Yeah.
Basically, we've never really had a vacation. We always turn it into business. So there's a lot. It's fun making money on vacation, right? A business trip. I don't know. Anyway, that's how it is. I don't want all the hate, we're not supposed to travel. We are. We have a pass. It's business. It's essential travel. Here we go. And yeah, sorry, Budget. I'm not happy with you. I think you could have sent us an email. And the travel was a lot easier than I expected, honestly. It was one of our smoothest flights ever, for sure.
Yeah, smoothest flight, worst rental car.
Worst rental car. So Southwest has everything covered. Everyone was wearing masks. The staff was super friendly. Everything was kept clean. It worked out. So anyway, we're now off to some meetings, and then we will, get something to eat. I'm starved. There was nothing to eat at the airport. Everything was closed. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't be afraid to travel. Wear your face mask. Wash your hands. Life is getting there. It's getting back to normal.